Hello everyone, and welcome to another custom figure showcase and an update to my Evil of the Daleks Emperor. So some of you might notice it's a bit of a small change, but it is quite a drastic one. So overall, the changes I have made is the body is still very much the same, but the difference, one big difference I've made to the body is the mid-section, I suppose you could call it, between the head and the body is now much shorter, and I've made it slightly wider. The dome piece is actually a bit taller. I've added a bit more milliput onto the bottom of that. The dome, the globes and the eye are still very much the same, but the head itself is a complete resculpt. So the actual base of the head, the circular bit inside, I've completely remade from scratch, and all of the bits around the edge, the crenellations, are completely new pieces which I have casted up and made those. Obviously the head does still turn. I did have another look at trying to get the eye stalk to pivot, but it wasn't easy to do. It would have been very difficult to then cast up the eye stalk with all the other bits that would have been necessary. And again, you know, rather, as I said on the original prop didn't move, so having the rotating head on this is a bit of a inaccuracy. So I decided not to go with the eye. But just for the sake of comparing, I do have here the last of the original casts that I made. You can see the difference quite noticeably. Obviously it does mean it is slightly shorter, but the overall shape of it is much closer, I think, to what was seen on screen, certainly more so than this. You know, I was very pleased with this version. It came out very nicely, but it was something which I sort of looked at and always would have liked to have gone back to, so I finally decided to do it. But this version I am selling on to someone privately, because as I said, this is the last of the old casts, because I have made a new cast. So this one obviously doesn't have the globes on it. Obviously they will come with it, as will the eye, and there's a few little bits here and there that need to fill in. But this, from the 1st of July, this version is what will be available through my shops. I'm going to update the pages and things like that over the next week or so. But yes, so from the 1st, I'll give myself a bit of time actually. From the 1st week of July, shall we say, this new updated cast will be available. It is still fairly solid resin, but I am currently looking at different casting methods and things like that. I have tried a couple, but again, it makes it quite brittle, and it's not the easiest thing to do. But there are several things I'm trying, so fingers crossed one of them will come to fruition. So we shall see. But for the moment, this is the cast that we're making. No change in price. It's still going to be the same price. In actual fact, this is actually using up a bit more resin, but I decided I'd keep the price as standard because I think it is only fair. Obviously, if I do manage to make it slightly more hollow, it's going to use up a lot less resin, and so then I will be able to drop the price modestly, significantly, I should say. But yes, I'm very pleased with the revised version. It's certainly much closer to what I had originally envisioned, and you know, it does just go to show that sometimes you do have to sort of go back over things and redo them to get them just how you want. But yeah, I am very pleased with that, so keep an eye out on the 1st week of July for this new cast of the Emperor Dalek coming up. But as always, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot. Be sure to check out the description below for a link to my Patreon. I'm doing my very first figure animation, and you can get involved. There's exclusive content and rewards for those who do so, and funding my Patreon in any way gets your name at the end of my videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.